we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. If you clicked onto this video, we are on our way up to Scotland this week. NC500 is finally here, so I'm really looking forward to getting this trip started. If I'm totally honest, I'm not sure how this vlog video, whatever you want to call it, is going to go. I don't really know whether to make it a bit of a guide, a bit of a 911 centric video of how does it get on, don't know, or just a general documentation of the trip. So I guess enjoy whatever I've made in the next however long it is, few minutes or so, and yeah, we're hopefully going to get some good clips of some mountains and beautiful scenery, and of course my car and the other cars that are with me. So really looking forward to it. Been gagging to get back up to the Highlands ever since I went there back in, I believe it was 2021. So yeah, really excited. I'm doing it in a really different car as well, obviously. So we're in the 911. Last time I did it, I was in my Alfa Romeo Giulia, which if you follow me on Instagram, I've documented the ownership of that car, and I love that thing. It was really good. Probably ate up that trip, no worries. So we'll see how this old girl gets on, see if she makes it round. We've already started with a bit of a hiccup. So yesterday, as it was packing, I noticed a crack appear on the windscreen. That's a bummer. New windscreen's already ordered, so that's going to get sorted as soon as I get back from the trip, the day after. So yeah, I just hope it doesn't grow. Otherwise that's going to be a bit of a bummer. But we're not going to let it get us down. We're going to mosey on up to Scotland, power on them through, and we're stopping in Loch Lomond tonight. So yeah, I guess we'll catch up probably in Scotland. See ya.
Right, so this is us on the way to the first stop. The first stop was a working farm we stayed in near Loch Lomond, and from Loch Lomond to Fort William we then took this amazing road, not too dissimilar from what you're seeing now, but with 2 lanes, so we were able to kind of carry a bit more speed, but we enjoyed that road a lot. On the farm we met a couple of creatures.
Hello, Piggy.
Oh my god, you're so good.
Oh,
go on, mate.
So welcome back. If you're still watching the video, we are in Scotland, and I'm not going to lie, I've not filmed for the first entire day. So we're on day 2 of the trip, well technically day 3 because day 1 was getting up here. I've got a few shots from here and there which I'll show, but yeah, at the moment we're going from Fort William up to Ullapool. It's been raining all day. The car's been performing really well. I've got Adam in the Fiesta behind me, and I've got M2 with Jake in it, and the 2 Series with Brian in it also behind me, and everyone's just having a whale of a time. If you haven't done NC500, do it. It's honestly, over the past sort of year or so, we've all been saying that we've not necessarily fallen out of love with cars or like not been petrolheads. It's just we've not been as into it, I think, as we have been before. Whereas on this trip, it just completely reignites your love for cars, and you get to see why you love them, and you get to stretch the legs of your car a little bit when you get an opportunity, and you get views like this. You don't get stuff like this back in Solihull, I tell you. This is proper petrolhead heaven. Right,
I'm steaming up now in the car, so I'm going to put the aircon back on, and I'll update you probably when we're in Ullapool. So catch you later. So yeah, so this was the drive from Fort William up to Ullapool, so kind of the second half of Glencoe, moving up to the northern kind of west side of the Highlands. This is a great drive. Some of my favourite roads are along this part of the tour, A87 being one of them. And these roads you can really kind of stretch your legs on your car. Some of the other photos that we've got from the trip, including this one. This was one of the lakes from day 2, and there's lots of that throughout the trip. So if you get a chance to do this tour of Scotland, honestly, stopping off at the lakes just for a bit to take some photos and to really take in the environment is one of the best things you can do. Kind of wish we did a little bit more on this trip. One of the common themes with everyone moaning that we didn't stop to take photos, but we were really enjoying the drive-in at the same time, and I don't really regret prioritising the drive-in over taking photos and videos here and there.
Right everyone, so just a quick update. It is now day 3, we're just leaving Ullapool, just filled up, and we're going to a few stops today, so I'll take you along for this one. I'll try and do a bit better. Hopefully you've enjoyed some of the few clips that I've got so far. We're going to do Akmalvich Beach today, the Kylesku Bridge and Smoo Cave on our way up to Thurso, so it should be a good day. These are spots that I recommend doing if you're doing the NC500. They're really, really good. Akmalvich Beach is awesome. So Smoo Cave, really cool. So yeah, let's crack on.
So the drive from Ullapool up to Thurso, another highlight for me of the trip, because this time you see sort of fading out from the mountains towards some less mountainous terrain, and you see some really cool scenery like what you're seeing here of mountains literally coming out of the ocean more or less into the almost fjord-like landscape. Now this section of the trip we did manage to stop off at Akmalvich Beach, and we stopped off at Smoo Cave, so I'll just overlay a couple of photos from those visits here. Didn't really record much on the GoPro for those places. I would recommend visiting them though, because the beach is just phenomenal, really good beach. Kind of feels like you're not in Scotland, to be honest. Water is very cold though. And then Smoo Cave is really, really cool. They're currently doing a lot of digs there, so there was quite a lot going on. So at the end of this day on the way to Thurso, some amazing scenery obviously, but we found also a place where we could have a bit of a play with the cars and record some exhaust clips. Now, this is where leaving your GoPro to your friends when you're trying to do a YouTube channel is a pretty big mistake, because you do find some interesting footage.
Hello and welcome to Jake's Cars. Today we've got an absolute banger for you because today we're on the NC500. I just want to apologise right from the off because we're on our 4th day and that dozy gin hasn't recorded a bean of it. Here's the cars, over to Adam.
A word about the trip so far?
It's not the driver of the car that does the driving.
I'm on the way.
It's the car of the driver, the driving of the car that drives the car, does the driving.
Excellent, mate.
Do you know what? It sounds like a missile, to be honest. Good on, well done, William.
So yeah, apologies if you are offended by some of the language in that clip, but that's just the nature of going on holiday with the boys, I guess. So I'll wrap the video up here. This is a really nice bit of footage of all the cars parked up near that spot where we filmed the exhaust clips. Now, just to summarise this trip, Scotland is honestly a gem of a place, and I hope it stays the same for at least my lifetime, forever to be honest, because it is just the closest you can feel to being in a sort of wilderness environment in the UK, I believe. Not only that, you can really reignite your love of being a petrolhead up here in Scotland, because you can just let your car run for a bit and just feel freedom of being behind the wheel of your dream car, in my case anyway. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this oddly put together video. I'll make a better one day of Scotland, I promise. If you did like it, give it a like and drop us a subscribe. Cheers.